Conquering Crypto. What's happening, guys? If, as always, I normally would say welcome to the show. I am going to, of course, set up everything that I have ready to go for us, which is, of course, I'm going to set up sending this to Facebook and just letting others know I'm live. And then we're going to get into some coin. We're going to check out some stuff that I was going over Friday. Friday was a pretty awesome show. I had a great time Friday night. Thank you all for coming this past Friday. I am going to share this stream in a couple quick channels. Thank you all for coming this past Friday. Oh, that's me talking. And let me just share that. Now, hopefully I got this chat thing figured out. I got it figured out last week. I think, hopefully I've got it figured out this week. Says it's connected. All right, great. Okay. I'm going to move us over to... Well, I'm actually going to copy this, move us over here. So Bitcoin's been pretty interesting, actually, recently. We went back down to the main uptrend line today. And we have actually, we hovered around that for a while, and then we bounced off of it. Right? So we had this opportunity to fall, and once again, we did not. And we are going to go over that in just a moment. All right. And then I put it in my stock thing. All right. So, what's going on, guys? It is Tuesday night. Last week, we went over a whole bunch of different coin. And the coin we went over, I felt like a lot of those coin was very specifically at a low point. And I believe if BTC picks up, that a lot of those are going to be flying. There's my Denny. What's up, brother? How are you, man? Denny, it's going to be a simple show tonight. And just like I usually say, if you do want to chart anything or do you want to go over anything, I know you're Captain Saitama. We can totally go over that tonight. Just remind me. Friday's show is almost 2 hours. I'd like to keep the show under, well, I'll say between 30 minutes and an hour. But let's see what we can accomplish. Let's see what we can get on tape. And let's see what we can chart. But if there's anything you want to see, my brother, just post it up later on and make sure I get to it and we'll check some things out. I know your NFTs have been coming along great, and that's pretty exciting. Let us... All right. So, first things first. Welcome. This is Conquering Crypto. It's Tuesday night. If you want to check out Conquering Crypto all over, we have our Facebook, our Discord, our TikTok. We have a Venmo if you would like to tip. I had some people tip me today. For those of you that did, thank you very much. That helps a lot more than you think. That was very cool to get some surprise tips today. Thank you. It helped a lot. And to be honest, all of it's either going in Ethereum gas fees or in buying new NFTs. So I just wanted to say thank you to adding to my collection. That's pretty awesome. Thank you. Really, super appreciate it. So yeah, you can find us in all those areas, and TradingView, of course, is where I post a lot of my technical analysis. Now, there hasn't been a lot going on with crypto, and by that I mean it has very specifically been BTC has been in this bear channel, and it does not seem to be getting out anytime soon. Now, we're in a really interesting point. Excuse me, guys. We're in a really interesting point now where Bitcoin has the possibility of totally going reversal. Now, I'll probably talk about this every single week until eventually it happens. But I mean, it's bound to happen. It should happen. I think it's going to happen. Bitcoin has been waiting to go back on this reversal now for quite some time. And I'm sure most of you are aware because that's something I talk about nonstop. So let's find out what happened with Bitcoin real recently. And by real recently, I mean today, yesterday, just in the past couple days that since we've been off. All right, so I have a new TA, and I am going to show everybody now. And it's not going to be too far off from the long TA. And I'm basically just going to take that TA, which was the cup and handle pattern that I think might be coming, and I'm just going to reduce it. So let's take a look at it, actually. So I'm sure you can already see a little bit of it. See the cup? Okay. So now what I did was I kind of cut this in half. So let's take a look at that. So I think this is what we could be seeing with Bitcoin. We are following this track really well. What we could possibly see after, so in other words, after we get, let me get what I want here. After we get to a certain point, maybe end of January, I believe we will eventually be going back in the opposite direction, which is what we've been wanting for a long time now, guys. And hopefully it comes sooner than later. That's what we really want. Where the heck? So we're just going to use this for now. But so I believe that there's a good possibility that this could be a cup and handle right in here. Now, the reason I'm kind of saying that, mainly because it looks like we're halfway through that cup, like I was saying, right? So I had the big one. I had this big version, and it stretched all the way around. It went pretty far. Man, I can't find this stuff tonight. I hate searching for some of this stuff. It stretched pretty far. It stretched all the way, I think, until like October, something like that. So this was the long version I had, right? This was the long possible cup and handle. I think you could have seen that if I went all the way down to October. I'm pretty sure I had that developed that far. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean, of course, I mean, it's so far away, putting out that kind of TA doesn't really make a difference. So I just wanted to show that would be the full version, right? Drop back down here, eventually get picked up. And I think this is actually totally possible, to be honest with you. So I think that we could have this long version where instead of it just getting picked up here, there's the possibility of it not getting picked up here at all and just taking a long route to be a cup. But the way it looks, I mean, if you guys really want to look at it, there's like several versions of a cup and handle happening right now with the way prices dipped. There's kind of even another one right here. So there's a few of these cup and handle guys going on. You see that one too? So you see this spike, you see this spike. So there's like different versions of the cup and handle, which, as you guys know, the way a cup and handle works, it goes the cup and then spikes down, makes the handle. Sometimes it spikes up after that. Sometimes it breaks bare. It all depends on what happens with the breakout at that point. So what do I think will happen with BTC? I think this simple cup and handle is something that's like it's already kind of being developed with us. Do you guys see today also? Look, so we fell and hit the uptrend line. This was yellow. Oh, that's probably on a different map. So see how we hit once again. We hit the uptrend line. Now that's good, guys, because remember, we can develop our uptrend that way, right? Because kind of look, see, so it's higher here. So all we needed to do is keep developing these higher highs, and it's on a full reversal. That's what we want. We've been waiting for this staircase to go back up the other way, right? All right, so that's what can happen with BTC. Now, we're going to go over a few of the coin that we went over on Friday just to see how they're making out. And then we are going to go over a few others that I have not added to that list, but I want to just go over a few of them tonight. And again, I didn't want this to be a super long show, but I will stay as long as you guys want to chart things and look at things. But last Friday was 2 hours. I'd like to keep it under an hour if possible, but this is just supposed to be a half an hour show, guys. I know I explain a lot, so I rather JF, what's going on, man? Or girl, or guy, or whomever. Noel, what's up, buddy? How are you, man? Glad to see you. Actually, so we have my friend Noel in the room. So Noel, since you're here, I'm gonna go over both of the DeFi for you. Okay, so they're kind of the same. If we check out DeFi, so Noel's coin that he's been very interested in. So I really think this is the possibility. So DeFi is DeFi chain. It's something a friend of mine's been checking out. His name is Noel. He's in the room right now. I did not talk about Ethereum yet. No, we will get to Ethereum, within the allotted time. Ethereum, I didn't go over big time on Friday, so we're going to go over it tonight. I promise you that. I got it double circled. JF, we will absolutely be going over Ethereum relatively soon. We go over sometimes a lot of coin. Sometimes we get drawn into doing the TA. But anyway, so this is DFI BTC. And he posted specifically, which I love when he does this. I love when anybody that's in Conquering Crypto, I love when you guys post TA, because then I get to kind of check it out, give you my opinion. And if it helps you in the long run, either understand that TA or gives you some kind of tip on what I'm saying, just because, this is what I do now full time. I do it pretty well. I want to give you my insight in hopes that can make, you some cash or make you a profit somehow. So he posted a thing today where I think he wanted this to break out, this specifically. Now I'm going to remove what I drew, but this is what DFI / BTC pairing is doing right now. So right now, price on this mapping anyway is 0.000. We'll just say 7091. But the DFI USDT is the one I'm personally more interested in. Now, it's also going to be, pretty similar. But just because it has the US dollar pairing, I like it better. So we're just going to draw what we still have with that on this guy. And just kind of like we have on the BTC one, we have developed, now this bottom on the USDT version doesn't exactly have a solid bottom. So this bottom could teeter. On the other one, we have a flat bottom triangle. So just for you guys that don't know, if you're new to TA or haven't been messing with TA a whole lot, TA is technical analysis, by the way. So the deal is, when you have a flat bottom triangle, we notice the pattern. We have a flat bottom triangle. Wherever the flat version of your pattern is, of course, not a parallel channel, but wherever the flat version has a higher chance of breaking out through that area. Now, I'm only talking like a 55% chance versus a 50% chance. So it isn't a huge deal. And when I mentioned this to him earlier, it's just something that's like a little extra, but it doesn't mean it's going to happen. This could break either way. I'm going to bring back what I did draw earlier. Well, I guess it's not there. That's okay. We'll draw a new one. So in order for this to be a complete triangle, this is the kind of movement I would need to see. Yo, Maddie, what's happening, buddy? We got a few people in here. Thanks for coming out, guys. Conquering Crypto Tuesday night. So again, with the DFI BTC, if it bounces around this triangle and breaks out in the end, this is a perfect area to scalp. And I'm pretty sure Noel knows that. Now, I think he wanted to break out here because he wants this price to go up no matter what. I look at price 9 times out of 10 from a technical standpoint, as if you're buying it right now, because everybody can buy something and hold it for a long time, right? So from a technical standpoint is how I have to show it. For DFI BTC, that's how I see it. That's the kind of triangle. Now, if we go over to the USDT one, which is the dollar pairing, tether pairing, if you want to be technical, it kind of is forming the same thing. I think when we spoke to Noel earlier, this higher area, this was actually a good possibility of getting back up into that higher area. And listen, again, this is I'm not going to guarantee it, but I'm going to say this is absolutely almost possible, bro. And Noel, check it out, man. Price got all the way up to $6, right? It's now at 3, so it's at half, 50%. It got up to that area 2 times, and it didn't spend a lot of time in that area, but I totally, come here, what's happening here? I totally believe that it's going to get back up into that half of the area. It's got a lot of support where it is now. It is bouncing around that triangle. The fact that you found that triangle, yeah, that's totally a triangle. If you're waiting for a specific break, so what I would do, now this is what I would do if I were you. If you are specifically trading this on DFI BTC, what you want to do is put an alarm. So right now, I would put the alarm right above the breakout area that it is. Now, I'm sure you follow this a good amount, but what you want to do is every time a bounce happens or every time it goes down, you want to take this alarm and you just want to move it inch by inch, or even like half inch by half inch, quarter inch by quarter inch, tenth of an inch. The point is you want to slowly move it down so when the breakout does happen, you're alerted. Now we can do the same thing bear. Okay, so we can go all the way down here, which would be the 5750 level. And again, if it breaks bear, boom, now you're alarmed. So if we're going for alarm wise, guys, there you go. Now, JF, my man JF, he wanted to hear about Ethereum. Let's do it. Let's jump on the case. All right, let's go check out Ethereum. Now, we already did look at Bitcoin, right? So Bitcoin, we know, just bounced off of its uptrend today. Let's go over it real quick before we go back to Ethereum. We bounced off the major uptrend line. JF, I'm not sure if you know, but the way all altcoins work is they follow Bitcoin. I'm sure you guys are sick of hearing it, but I have to absolutely keep throwing this back at you because I want you to understand the gravitational pull that Bitcoin has on your altcoins. Okay. All of this movement recently has been moving all of your altcoins, little bits, pieces, and it's not a lot. It's just definitely, it has an influence on it, okay? So if Bitcoin today bounced off this low area, then I'm going to tell you guys again, I think this could be a perfect area to buy. Looking to get in at 3K. So let's go over that. Let's go over some places. For JF, let's go over some good areas that would be some decent buying and selling areas for Ethereum right now. Now, here's what we know. Let's look at the facts. Bitcoin, it's possibly bouncing off of a major uptrend. If we know that fact, that we know we are getting into any of our other altcoins at a low, right? We don't expect price to drop below the uptrend line. By the way, if it does, if price drops below here, guys, we went over this Friday, Bitcoin could be screwed. Bitcoin could fall. This is the literally the reason why it bounced higher and didn't go down here. Like, ask yourself, guys, if TA and us going over TA all the time doesn't work, then how come it's literally bouncing off of certain areas? Because it actually does work when you track it properly. So let's go over Ethereum and let's see where we can get in, because Ethereum was, I think we went over it a little bit last week. Some interesting things happened with Ethereum. So let's check it out from when Bitcoin was strong, right? Now, sorry guys. It gets really hot in my room and I had to open the windows and the blinds because, man, it gets so hot in my room. I talk a lot. I'm glad you guys deal with me. Thank you. Okay, so Ethereum. Ethereum had this great bull trend all the way since September 23rd. Okay, so from September 23rd to November 9th, specifically, Ethereum had this great bull run. Now, for those of you that don't know and don't understand, we're going to go over Bitcoin real quick. I know. So let's get my dates for Ethereum. We're going to say September 28th to November 9th. Now, you already do know that Bitcoin November 9th was when we fell, right? Let's look at the Bitcoin now. Bitcoin November 9, and that's when we fell. Well, guess what? That's also when Ethereum fell. But I just want to look from September 28th. Look, guys, look what happened. Let's look at this. Look at the chart. You look at the chart. Zach, what's up, buddy? Glad to have you, man. Glad we have a a good amount of people in here. Welcome, welcome, Zach. Guys, look, 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 look. September 28th. Look what happened all the way up to November 9th with Ethereum. Now, I guarantee you I could do this with a lot of different coin, and you're going to see Bitcoin is the one that controls. I'm going to go over this all the time because I want you guys to really understand how much of an impact Bitcoin has. So, with that being said, let's go back to Ethereum and let's look at some good spots. I love Ethereum. I mean, I don't want to say it, but I like Ethereum more than I like Bitcoin. Not to say Bitcoin is, old fuddy-duddy boomer crap at this point. It's not, but I just like Ethereum better. I also like Litecoin better, but Bitcoin is still the Mac Daddy. We have to give it respect. Ethereum developed this really interesting triangle, okay? Now, this would have been considered a whole bear triangle. It broke out of this triangle if we look. So, JF, I'm not sure how much you do technical analysis. I do TA all day, so there's specific patterns that we want to look for. I will show you guys right now, and they're really simple. We don't go over this too often, but I want you guys to understand what I'm looking for specifically. Okay, bear with me because I want to show you guys what I'm looking for all the time. So these are the three specific pieces of TA I'm looking for whenever I look at any mapping. You guys can do this. I want you guys to learn this because it will help you, I promise. At the top here, we have what's called a parallel channel. This is the biggest type of opening where we can track support on the bottom and resistance on top. And what happens is when we develop also these triangles and wedges, support and resistance from that parallel just moves inside of these channels that turn into shapes. So from up top here, do you see how we have the parallel channel? Do you see then this one right here? This is called a wedge. I'm going to move this down a little bit farther, but this is called a wedge pattern in the middle. The wedge pattern, all it's happening is that in the parallel channel, it just closes a little bit. But since it's not closed, it's not a triangle. And what's the final version of of these patterns? The triangle. So now we're talking about an actually closed area where we know support and resistance is constantly going to bounce back and forth. So if we look at Ethereum, this reason I went over this is because look at the path it took. We stayed inside of this triangle here. And just so I can show you guys, we stayed, if you were tracking it, inside of this tunnel here. Now that kind of stuff is important. Just because if you want to see where price could go, because look, it had this huge snap. It snapped out of that on November 16th. That's when the downtrend took over. So we then developed into this November 9th bear tunnel. Well, in Bitcoin's, or I'm sorry, in Ethereum case, it's more November 9th and 15th. We entered this triangle. So where would be solid places to get in? Well, if you're asking me, we're going to move, because remember, let's look at this. We have what's called almost a closing wedge. So the wedge is almost turning into a triangle. It would turn into a triangle if this went further, but we definitely have more of a wedge right now because it is open that much. What we do is we don't cancel the pattern. We open the pattern. So you see how the pattern, nothing is moved up top, but we broke through the bottom. This was a breakout, by the way. Breakouts are something else that I would like to go over, but that's for a different day. So now we have a full parallel channel instead of a wedge. That's it. But what happens then is we can move price around, okay? So Bitcoin is at a low. Where are some prices to get in? So JF, by the way, this is something I want you to see. So let me go out here a bit. So one of the most important things with all these coins is the uptrend line, okay? And this is something I want to go over with a lot. The uptrend line or downtrend line is where you can gauge price to be above that area, and as long as you buy within that area and doesn't fall through, you can continually profit and make money, or the opposite, if you're placing a short. So what I mean by that is you could have bought down here, but so long as it doesn't break this major uptrend line, which is this guy right here, then you can buy anywhere anywhere and in the future potentially make money. That's how we look at it, right? So this is the major uptrend line. And JF, the reason I'm showing you this is because Ethereum has not broken that. But just like Bitcoin, it is getting close. This yellow line here is the major uptrend line. Now, if you're asking me, do we have the possibility of getting back down to, because you said you wanted to get back in at 3, it's a maybe. So here's what I'm saying. And again, we have to look at Bitcoin again, right? I know it's the way it goes. We have to gauge Bitcoin when we're gauging our other coin. If we know right now that Bitcoin has reached a low, right? Let's do this together. We know that Bitcoin has reached a low today. And by that, I mean we hit the top of the uptrend line. Okay? That's fair to say. We did that. We also hit the uptrend line again on January 10th. Let's use this information. Let's go back to Ethereum. January 10th, this is where Ethereum stopped. Very specifically at 30.50, we'll say. If we wanted to make it absolutely low as possible, 29.30. I actually didn't even know it got that low. So, I think Ethereum is going to stay above 3,000 so long, this is very specific, and you know what's coming, so long as Bitcoin also stays above its uptrend line. I mean, this is proof. I'm showing you literal proof because, and honestly, you can do this with a lot of altcoins. But again, if we know that this price didn't fall below 3,000 and Bitcoin went to its lowest point that's above the uptrend line, then we know Ethereum's not going to fall. So if you're saying that you're looking to get it at 3,000, dude, this is the time to buy. I know it's 31.77. I'm gonna say that unless Bitcoin falls or breaks its uptrend, which is possible, by the way, it's not impossible, but we're just looking at it as it's not. Let's speculate. Let's say it's not. I think this is the lowest Ethereum's gonna get. This is the lowest Ethereum will get right now. I'm gonna draw a line right here, right now, and we're gonna maybe check this. Remember, in a couple days. So JF, if you're saying you're looking to get back in at 3,000, I think this is a nice time, a nice low time. Now, again, I'm not you. You do what you feel comfortable with. This would be an area like I've been buying Ethereum, okay, because I already like this area. And if it's going to make a beeline bull when Bitcoin jumps back up, this is a nice low area. So JF, there you go. There's Ethereum. And we're going to keep moving right along. JF, by the way, I don't know if this is the first time you've been to the show, but just like everybody else in the room, if you guys have any coin that you want to see done or track, you are more than welcome to put it in chat and we will check it out. But right now, I want to move on to AVA. Now, AVA is something that we checked out not long ago. We checked it out on Friday because it was at a low, and we are still at that low. So we're going to just really quick, we are going to go through everything that we had from Friday and just see if, just kind of check on things, right? Let's see if anything is getting worth it to maybe jumping back in there. Oh, Joe, why didn't you say so? Last time you were using, I think, what was it, girlfriend's account, maybe? And whatever. Anyway, Joe, why didn't you tell me, man? What's going on, bud? I should have known from the J and the F. I'm just stupid, but glad to have you, buddy. And you know the deal. If there's anything else you guys want to check out, more than welcome. We can check out whatever you want. We'll go over stuff. So AVA then is looking a little bit low. That's it, Sarah. That's okay, man. I don't care. I was treating you like somebody new. You're a buddy. I mean, we thought. Whatever. No big deal. Let's keep going. So, right. So, Zach, you're absolutely right as well. I don't know if we're going to get back down there. And again, who controls that? What is going to control that? We have literal proof. Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to control that. When we're looking at it, let's go, just because we're talking about it. Like if I've got two of you guys talking about it, let's talk about it. Let's figure out some good Ethereum spots. To me, it's now, again, it's still in the bear tunnel. It's in the middle. It has the possibility of breaking through the bear tunnel, but again, that's going to depend on what Bitcoin does. If you follow Bitcoin, the sad reality is, if you can follow Bitcoin and what Bitcoin does every day, Bitcoin is down, the market is down, Bitcoin is up, the market is up. There's no two ways about it. But the same thing happens when it moves big, or when it moves, it moves in specific ways. If you go on back and look December 3rd on every single coin, December 3rd has this huge line. Why? Because Bitcoin fell big time, all the way down to 40K. That's why we track it. Anyway, let's keep going. So we went over AVA. AVA doesn't look like something interesting yet. It is at a low. The majority of price for the past year got well up over where it's at right now. And just from a TA standpoint, that could still be interesting. AVA, I'm watching you. My next one is going to be CTC. So CTC was something that was also at the bottom. It's not there yet. See, what I think is going to happen is, this is me and my crazy brain, I think once we get to the point, now that's a flat bottom triangle too, so whatever. We're still going to track it, and we can still put alarms and stuff there. What I think is going to happen is once Bitcoin eventually goes back and takes off, all of this stuff is going to take off. I just see it happening. If you have some time, check out Jasmine. Yeah, we can totally look at Jasmine. Absolutely. I got it down. We'll look at it. Look at anything you guys want, man. I put on this show for you guys. I go over Bitcoin and the market in general, but if anything you guys want to go over, I'm happy to go over it. Now, let's go over something new. We are at least not super new. I think we might have gone on this before, but I wanted to show you some other ones that I didn't show you Friday. So if you were here for Friday's show, I'm going to show you a couple more that have the option of when Bitcoin switches. This is another one that's super low that was high. So right now, Graph, GRT, I like it a lot. I made some money on it previously. Right now, it's at 0.5, and it was all the way up almost at 3. Guys, it's just one to watch. Stock SQ/block. Now, are those two separate stocks, Joe? Are those two separate? Or is SQ/block? Those are two separate, right? Because we can totally, and there's going to be time. If you guys are here asking for this stuff, there's going to be time. Let's go over it together. But let me know. I want to make sure, Joe, SQ and block, or are they the one thing? That's the pairing? I'm not sure. It used to be square. Oh, it's called block now? Oh, really? I thought it was, I didn't know they changed it. Okay, let's keep going. Graph. Now, we already went over most of it, but it's at 0.53. It was all the way up at 2.8, a one-time all-time high. It totally has a chance on coming back. We'll see what happens. Another one. Now, this is a new one. Track this if you want. Happy. HAPI. This is one that I was trying. Now, look at this. See, this to me is if Bitcoin, get this down, guys, seriously, because I'm going to be jumping all over this, especially because it's on KuCoin. Just write them down. Just like put them in a watch list. You don't have to do anything crazy, but just put them in an area where you can, come back to it one day and go, ooh, that was something that I wanted to look into. I know a lot of you guys already have TradingView, so it should be something that you have just in a watch list. I have like 15 to 20 of them, watch lists, with hundreds of coin and stock. So you guys should just be keeping track of these. This is what I'm looking after, and I'm letting you know. So HAPI, happy. Look at how low price got, and it's been hovering around this $35 area a good amount. Look at that. It kind of splits. So most of it's on top, some of it's on the bottom. I think once Bitcoin reverses, it was all the way up at 130. I think that has a chance to get back up there. This one's not as cheap as some of our others, but that is one I'm absolutely going to be looking after. That's not one that I let you guys know about last time. We're going to go over another one that I did not show you last time. Let's just go over some new stuff. Theta. Now, I know I had Theta in one of my Theta. Let's see. check this out, guys. Now this is interesting. Now I got kind of screwed up. So there was a coin. Well, there still is a coin, and it's called SNX. And I was tracking this bad boy, and let me tell you, for a while I was tracking it really well, and I don't know what happened, but it really got screwed up. So I'm going to show you the screw up. I screwed up. Like it didn't work out. And I sold for a loss. I had to. I just wanted to get out of it. Wasn't feeling it. So let's check out SNX. And the reason we're looking at this is because the other coin that I want you to be aware of, HAPI, has the similar structure. And if we can develop some kind of breakout from that one, great, because it's not going to happen with SNX anymore. So let's look. We developed this triangle. I'm sure you guys already see it. Where are we at here? So we developed this triangle, right? Well, at one point, I'm sure you can see it even down here, I was expecting all the way inside here for this bounce to come, okay? And do you see it didn't happen? Well, why didn't it happen, DeMarco? What happened? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. What happened, you can say? What happened? What happened for you not to be able to track your triangle, DeMarco? Does anybody see the date at the bottom? Is anybody seeing that? December 3rd killed a lot of things in a big way. And one of them was my SNX. So if we look, December 3rd broke my triangle. Now, if we did not have this big fall, price would have probably continued here. Okay, and then we could have gauged it and maybe opened up the triangle from there. But December 3rd, again, this is crypto, and just like regular investing, some of the times this stuff can be crazy. December 3rd really hurt a lot of things, and it killed my SNX. So the new thing I want us to check out, though, is called Happy. And it is in, I guess that's not the one. Why do I keep screwing that up? I'm sorry. Theta. Yes, we went over Happy. Theta is the one. Let me make sure I'm going over the right thing. Okay. So Theta is now on this triangle. And look how primed it is. Guys, this is like primo coin. Primo. Because let's take a look. Because now we have the opportunity to jump on an uptrend. Look at this. Look at this triangle. Look at the opportunity. I drew that circle a while ago, but guys, if Bitcoin takes off, look at this. Look at the possibility for a breakout. Like the breakout on this is going to be insane if Bitcoin decides to break, to finally go back up north. And if it, develops 10-20% from where it's at, it's going to fly, man. Theta, put it down. Put it down. Trust me. So let's see. We're only 40 minutes into the video, but we want to go over some stuff for you guys. Let's check out. So what was it? Is block now? Is it really block amplify transitional? Did they block? So I guess that's got to be it. Is this it? I'm sure I could just do block ink. Interesting. I just want to make sure I have square. Just want to make sure I have the right thing. Block ink. Perfect. Yeah, let's take a look, guys. So we're on the day. There's the earnings at the bottom. We've got an earnings coming up, it looks like. We started all the way back in November 2015 with a price of $10. She got all the way up to 280. Now, this is the first time that I'm actually going over it. Maybe it's still SQ, but I think it's in block. It's SQ, but it looks like blocking, so who knows? Who knows what could change with that in the future, but it looks like it's still SQ. Yeah, so on the New York Stock Exchange, you see right here, it's still SQ for now. Maybe they'll change it. I have no idea, but it is called Block Inc. Whatever. The bottom line is, let's track it. So look at this huge. Now to me, that could be a huge cup and handle. Look at that bad boy. Now I think that's going to come all the way back down, sadly. Let's See, it really depends on how well the market is doing for stocks. And it's been, it has not been strong. Inflation has been absolutely killing inflation and earnings. So that's a good possibility right there. That we could have, like, do we have an uptrend? What's our trend on this guy? That's not fair. I can't use that. So it only has a slight uptrend, like a master uptrend. That's all I can use there. If we wanted to develop a trend, so that's fair. We can develop that if we want. I'm not loving it. It actually should be more of this area right here. Yeah, because see that would have been the uptrend and that would have been the break of the uptrend. So what do I think could possibly, from a TA standpoint, happen with Square? Well, if the market continues to stay crappy, okay, because this is a reverse cup and handle, but that actually could go several ways. It could then go back down to where it exits down here, or it could bounce, take the handle, and fly from the handle. So there's a few areas that, because this is a reverse cup and handle. So again, just like in the regular cup and handle, there's a few ways it could actually bounce around. We don't really know for sure. So we just track, right? That's all we can do is track. Right now, price is 130. I would definitely be watching this. This could be a huge pickup. If this gets back down to, let's see some other interesting price points with SQ. So 100, of course, 100 is going to be one. At 85 were some other prices where price was interesting. So got all the way up to 291, so it didn't pass 300. But price fell significantly from November to now. From November, actually end of October, from 276 to 130. So I haven't checked earnings reports. I'm sure you could. See, with stocks, you have different things to look at. With crypto, you've got the white paper and you've got hype. So you can only gauge certain things. But with stocks, you have financial reports. You have guys that are going over this stuff all the time. There's just more information, and price is not nearly as volatile. So could this be a nice pickup in the near future? Absolutely. I would say wait to see what happens with the market in general, the New York Stock Exchange as a whole. And then you're also going to want to wait to see until you see reversal momentum. Because, like most things, once you have actual reversal momentum, you're going the opposite direction, right? So will 130 be low? I'm not sure. I do have this full cup and handle built where it could actually get back down to 54 and then hopefully go up from there. Again, that's the gauge it. But now that we're talking about it, just for you, we are going to put SQ on my official list. And this is going to go under teal. So now it's one of the stocks that I'm definitely going to check out. Facebook about, Jasmine. Let's go over it now, actually. So that was SQ. I want to go over Jasmine. See, I think we might have played on Jasmine a little bit before, and there just wasn't a lot going on with it. That's the problem. So here we go. Here we go. We actually did TA on it before, and we'll do more TA on it now. Now, if we're looking at Jasmine, I remember we went over this before. I remember, because that's what all this TA is, right? Back from October, November, we went over this before, and I have no problem going back over things. So this, we mapped it out a little bit. Now, Jasmine has been like a little wishy-washy. It started huge. Like, look at how high it started. It started at 3. Actually, I think it might have started higher than that. But this is specifically the Bittrex version. So I'm not sure if it captured everything, but maybe 3 was the highest. But either way, look at how low this bad boy got. So it's all the way down right now to 0.08. Now, again, Jasmine is one of the coins specifically that when Bitcoin has its reversal, it could develop a new uptrend. Okay, I don't know what specifically is going on with Jasmine. That's something you could either check on Twitter, check out their CMC page, or the white paper. Jasmy CMC. Let's actually check it out. Why not? Jasmy coin 0.08. Oh, that was today. So it had a nice pop today. Sorry, I know that's blinding me, but that's just the way she goes. I have 3 screens now. If I put up one white screen, 3 screens turn white. So you'll have to excuse me. Go to the moon, bullish. There is some interesting talks on here. Old price $10. Big boy behind the web community. Interesting. Yeah, so Jasmy to me, I know it's on coin. I know it's on a few. I like that it's on KuCoin, but I know it was on few good exchanges. So what do we think could happen to it just based on the TA? To be honest, still, Zachy boy, I'm not really sure. It's not giving me enough information really. Like it had a nice movement today, so I'm sure you saw that. I'm sure maybe that's why you're even mentioning it to me. But this was definitely like a bottom, right? So this was a bottom, and that bottom would have been 6 cents. Now for a top, remember it was all the way at $3 at one point. I believe I didn't read that wrong, right? Wait a minute, did I read that wrong? Did Jasmy have? Yeah, all right. I didn't read. No, maybe I did read it wrong. Hold on. No. I read it right. Okay, so it got all the way up to 3. Does that have the potential of getting up there? I'm honestly not sure. Yeah, don't have a full hold on that. Can't tell you if that's something I see going back up, but it is interesting. It had a nice shot up today, so there could be some interesting things going on with it. It is on an overall uptrend now. Before it was on these more there were definitely more vertical uptrends, and we don't really count those unless it's something like Bitcoin or something like that. So this one right here, this is old TA that we went through. Check my drawing. So do you have TA? We'll go over your TA. I love doing that. So let's see. Check his drawing, he says. I do not mind doing this at all. I actually enjoy it. So we're going to... Oh, that's interesting. So we're going to check that out. I actually love checking out others' TA. Very interesting. So I'm going to move this to a second screen for myself, and then I'm going to look at what you have. When does that go to? November? November. Okay. All right. So you're going from here. You've got this guy down here like that. You've got some white lines up here that show possible movement. You've got a flat bottom, which we kind of just developed, almost flat bottom. I'm not happy with it. It's not direct. It's not horizontal. And then you had some other targets in here. They don't matter anymore. The VPVR is definitely set up so that it was bought. The majority of it is bought in this low area. But of course, that's where it spent the most time. So that's not really giving us a lot, to be honest. Your charts on Coinbase, we can jump onto. Is it USD with Coinbase? Okay, great. So let's see. And then November, I'm sure was right here. Yeah. So again, we can have this guy right here, but he's got it in a way so that his last stuff was back here, the way it looks. Yeah, something like that. What do I see from here? Again, man, it stinks, and this is again, guys, like this is why I haven't done as much as I was doing back in like September, October. Things are kind of boring right now. Like a bear market is boring. People don't make money. It's not nearly as much fun to scalp. It's not as much fun to go through the market and see like, what can I make money with today? Because honestly, it's difficult. It's difficult already as it is. You guys know how tough it is, right? But then it's added difficult because BTC is still in its bear market. It's not escaped it yet. It has the possibility of escaping it. So again, something like Jasmy could see major improvement from BTC's takeoff, but The BTC death tunnel, dude. The BTC tunnel has killed a lot of things, but that's okay because that means prices are low. That's why I keep saying if you're gonna buy, like now is a good time to buy because I think BTC being as low as it is, and I mean I say as low as it is, but it's still at 42K, which is pretty high compared to like what a year and a half ago, which was what 10K. Um, so I think though once I don't think we're gonna break this uptrend line. Okay, so since I don't think we're gonna break the uptrend line, let me just draw. Let's draw. So I think we're gonna bounce around. Oh, am I not drawing? Let me draw. Hey, I'm not drawing. There we go. I think we're gonna bounce on the uptrend line for a bit now. We might actually come to a squeeze in February. The squeeze is where I'm hoping we re-enter the old. So you remember that was the old parallel channel, and it's really important that we get back in there because we want to shoot through that, right? But it's like we have a lot to contend with. It's not just this uptrend line. What was my old TA, guys? Right? I'm sure some of you remember. We were going to get down here. This was a sale area, right? And then eventually we're going to get to the point where I thought, by the end of January, we'd be going back up. Okay, that's the kind of idea that I had. Now, because it happened weeks later, is it just possible that my TA is just going to be another couple weeks behind? Sure. So maybe in February is when we're going to have the big buying areas and they're all going to go back up. I'll be honest, I'm not 100% sure. That's why I haven't bought back in heavy yet. I've bought things like Shiba Inu. I bought things like Litecoin. I bought things like Solana. I am doing buys, but I've got this huge chunk of change that I'm going to go ape shit on once I see an actual reversal of Bitcoin. And of course, you guys will be like the first to know once I see that kind of reversal. But I know you guys trust the room enough to give you guys good information about what is possible, what could happen in the near future. Jasmine about to test the top of the triangle for support. If it holds in a really good pump. Again, a lot of this stuff I think can still really only pump hardcore 10, 20, 30%, 40%, 50% if Bitcoin is there. You know what I mean? So sure, does Jasmine have the possibility to pump? Absolutely. Ethereum, does Ethereum have the possibility to pump? Absolutely. The problem is, once again, guys, and it sucks because I keep saying it, but it's Bitcoin. Bitcoin controls a lot of the crypto market, and the movement on Bitcoin is, again, big on how we get our prices with a lot of our altcoin. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. All right, guys, we've been doing this for an hour. I wanted to keep it under 60 minutes. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you coming out. It's a Tuesday night. I know it's a weekday, and I'm sure you all are tired and working. And yeah, I'm sure you guys doing way more important things than I am. But I'm happy to give you guys this information. So once again, my name is DeMarco. This is Conquering Crypto. Find us on Facebook, Discord, TikTok. If you want to tip me, I'm on a Venmo. I had some people tip me today, and guys, you have no idea how much that means to me. Thank you for tipping me. That really helps me keep going, actually, because sometimes this stuff don't do too good, and I gotta pay the bills with this stuff. So it's really difficult to sometimes gravitate and hold on to making sure I'm making money trading when I get tipped because I'm giving you guys good information. That helps me a lot. Thank you, because I had a few of you do it today. It was really cool. Also, on TradingView is where you can find most of my TA. I am going to do that new Bitcoin TA. If you guys are interested in that, I think that small cup is where we're heading. Like, it makes the most sense, right? So I'm just going to do it with the pen real quick. But I think something like that, like just looking at it, I know that's a terrible cup, but I think that's like the most logical. So like I think we'll actually start to head back up beginning of February. I think it makes the most sense. It's a new month. There's a lot of things that happen financially. February tax time. So I don't know. I'm just really hoping February changes some stuff around. But I feel good about it. And I feel good about it because of how things are functioning now. Like we haven't fallen. By that I mean we haven't fallen through the uptrend line. Every time we contend, like look how high up we are today from the uptrend line. We bounced off of it, but that's my point. We bounced off of it. We bounced right back up. So we got all the way down to 41,300 and we're now at 42,400. So my point is every time we contest this uptrend line, we have no problems fighting it a little bit, bouncing back off. So I think eventually we need some good news and just some other things. I think eventually we're really going to be back on the bull run with Bitcoin. And when that bull run comes, listen, gentlemen, when the bull run comes, and ladies, I usually have a lady or two that's in here, boys and girls, when the bull run comes, I might do more shows a week because I am going to be firing on every cylinder that I've got. I'm going to be doing all kinds of things that can make us profit together. We'll be doing TA like crazy. We'll be focusing on the best things that we can do to get these new coin. I am putting out some videos on this thing called Useed. They're going to be paid videos where I specifically walk you through. A lot of people have asked me for handheld service. Well, that's really hard to do. If you guys want handheld service, that's something I really could do, but I figured I could put out something that basically spells it out for you. I'm going to show you guys how to scalp. I'm going to show you guys how to look for patterns. I'm going to show you how I look for new coin. And that's all going to be on this site called Useed. It's not going to be real expensive. It might be $5 for a group of videos or something. I'm not sure yet, but that's coming. So I have, and of course, that's not going to change anything that I do with you guys here. That's just going to be specifically there. I still will help you guys, no problem. I don't mind doing this for free for you guys. I have people that tip me. I really appreciate it. But with all that said, I got several thank yous. No. Thank you. Thank you guys for coming. I know it's Tuesday night. We had 4 or 5 guys in here almost the entire time. We spent an hour. Thanks so much, guys. Hope you got your coin in, and if we didn't, let's get them in next time. Send them to me. Write them down. Put them in Conquering Crypto. Keep posting TA and Conquering Crypto. I love seeing it. Whether or not I can interact with it, at least it's something we can look at as a group. And if somebody does have something to say, I know I'm the one that mostly says things, but if we do have some way that we can help you with the TA, because then you can make money. It's to make money, guys. It's to make money. And listen, you better be excited. It is exciting because of what the possibility is for the coming months. Like, guys, from here to September, I plan on from here to the end of August, I plan on increasing my wealth. Okay? And I plan on doing that, and I'm going to share with you guys a lot of stuff. So not everything, of course. I have to save that because I have to make a few bucks off of this stuff too. But I'm going to share Conquering Crypto members. I'm going to give you guys all kinds of information. Just stay in the Facebook. Just stay in the Discord. And we're going to power up together. I promise. All right, guys. Much appreciated. Thank you once again. And I'm out for tonight. I'll see you guys Friday night. We're doing this again Friday night. So I will see you then. Take care, guys. Bye.